Terrible things are happening in 3 of the world's biggest cities. Mysterious fires have broken out all across New York City. In Paris, ancient stone statues have come to life to terrorize its citizens. And in London, the people themselves are turning into horrible monsters. It's as if someone evil is imposing their will on the world.
Don't click away, because I need your help in encouraging grandparents to stay mentally active through gaming. Thanks for joining the mission at Gaming for Grandparents. And please let your grandparents know it is free to subscribe. So let's get into this video and see how many grandparents we can help. And welcome to Dark City International Intrigue Collector's Edition. I got this from Big Fish Games. This is another hidden object adventure game. It's featuring Harry Houdini, Jekyll and Hyde, as well as the main character is named Agatha, presumably because of Agatha Christie. There is animation throughout this video, and I'm not sure how many parts I'm going to have to break this up into, but chances are there's going to be more than one video on this. So in this game, we're thrown immediately into the story. So for the first few minutes, you're just getting animation to set up this entire game. But in between the animation, I have to find the clues, collect the different items, put things together, do mini puzzles to get to the next animation and the next scene and to move the game along. Because we're hit with several minutes of animation right up front, I wanted to just take a minute to kind of explain the game, and that I'm going to fast forward through a lot of having to find things, because you don't need to watch me stumbling over trying to find things.
It looks like my visit to New York just became an investigation. Something is behind these fires, and I intend to find out what. People say there's a supernatural cause. They believe that a mythological creature is burning the city to the ground. The fires are constant, so police and firefighters are too busy dealing with them to find out who or what is behind them. Some people claim they saw a phoenix during one of the fires, but that can't be true, can it? It must be some sort of mass hallucination. I contacted the editor of the Investigative Times, a newspaper conducting an independent investigation of the fires. He agreed to meet me when he learned I was the famous detective Agatha. This looks like the newspaper offices, but what happened here?
A hand cursor indicates interactive area, so I do that. Eric Moore, Editor-in-Chief, Investigative Times. Detective Agatha, congratulations on your success in Budapest and Paris. I understand that you're interested in the mysterious fires in New York. I expect to receive new information about this event tomorrow afternoon, and I will be happy to share the information I have with you. I'm sure that this is not a matter of mysticism, but you should come to the editorial office at sunset to see for yourself and learn everything firsthand. Eric Moore, Editor-in-Chief, Investigation Times. Terrifying and inexplicable incidents occur in New York. Our reporters investigate a series of devastating fires. Hotel.
Oh, there's Eric Moore, the newspaper editor.
Talk to him. A dialogue bubble indicates that you can talk to somebody. Talk to him.
Miss Agatha, I'm Eric Moore, the editor-in-chief of Investigative Times. I'm sorry, but I can't give you the info I promised. As you can see, whatever is causing these fires is targeting us now. All this time, I believed that the theories about the Phoenix were complete fiction. An anonymous informant sent me evidence of the mythical bird. But I didn't even have time to open the package when the Phoenix itself came crashing into the office. My beloved city is in grave danger. Please help us get to the truth behind this Phoenix, Detective. Perhaps there's some evidence or clues left behind in the office.
Some parts of the game I'm going to fast forward through it because it's not significant enough to really warrant slowing it down and going play by play. The best magicians in the world visited New York, but is their appearance somehow connected to the destructive Phoenix? Illusionist. Okay. Through editorial investigation, no area in New York is safe now that the fires consume the city. Could these be tragic accidents or malicious pranks committed by tricksters in our city, or even a revived mythical creature? We are conducting a thorough investigation of the events related to the Phoenix. Trouble in New York. Oh, pretty bird. At this point, I'm trying to clear the scene by finding all the pieces that I need to find in order to move to the next locked area or unlock the next area. So, um, there are different mini puzzles that I have to solve, and it may take me a couple of minutes to figure out what they're wanting me to do. So, I just will take my time sometimes and just study the scene to figure out what they want me to do. But these are just different mini puzzles that I'm doing in the middle of the street.
Wait, I'm sorry, miss. This area is dangerous. The structure was damaged and could collapse at any moment. Now, move along. Oh, you're a detective? And the editor gave you permission to gather evidence? Well, look around. But be careful and stay out here. Everything that survived is out here on the sidewalk anyway.
So this is a regular hidden object game here where within this hidden object puzzle, I've got to find all the clues. And I got confused with the numbers and the letters on the safe because I kept pressing the letters, failing to realize that there's an inner circle with Roman numerals. And so once I finally figured out that I needed to use the Roman numerals, then I was able to open up the safe. But I just did, I just thought you hit the letter to activate the number, but that wasn't what was happening. So I actually had to press the Roman numeral as well. It's kind of like the black keys on a piano. They're there and you use them, but I didn't realize that that philosophy was being transferred to this safe. So because I kept tripping over this and kept looking at the paper, it took me a minute to go, oh, okay. And then I get everything that I needed out of the save so I could finish this game. But it took me, I don't know, 5-10 minutes to get through that hidden puzzle game. And you're getting to watch it 4 times faster. So in order to get the camera to work and take a picture, I need to find the tripod. I don't realize that it's actually laying on the ground over on this one side. So I go back and pester this poor parrot, feed him, and then I get a code there that's going to open up something else for me. Um, and then I'm, still looking around, trying to figure things out, and finally find the tripod. So now I need to find the plate, I think, to be able to take the picture.
So many fires. And these magic shows aren't making it any easier with their pyrotechnics.
When I hit that um, old-fashioned fire truck, get that guy talking about the fires. So now I'm messing with the fire extinguisher, and I get the final letter that's needed to get the code, and then the bird helps me, and now I have a code. So this code is going to open up a box that I found earlier, but I need to write down this code. So they write it down for me. And now that code should open up this chest. And all I have to do is just click on each one of these little buttons and till I get the code in, and then voila, it opens. Were there ever any phantoms? And if so, where are they now? Triumph Tesla presents his newest inventions. Eiffel Tower opens to visitors following ceremonies. Miss Detective Agatha masterfully solves another high-profile crime in Paris. For whatever reason, this camera also stumped me because I didn't see the sparkle under the camera, and I don't know when that sparkle finally shows up. But it did not. I did not see it for probably 5-10 minutes, so I've cut out a large portion.
Watch out! Who are you? And what are you doing here? What were you thinking? I'm Lieutenant Liz Brooks, and I'm not letting any more civilians get hurt on my watch. I don't care who gave you permission. So you're a private detective, and so experienced. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. Thanks for joining the investigation.
I should show Lieutenant Brooks what I've learned so far.
In this mini puzzle, I have to match up the picture with the sentence or the paragraph that's under the picture. It's a recap of what's been happening.
An anonymous source contacted the editor with evidence about the fires, just after the paper began investigating the Phoenix case. A mysterious stranger brought the editor undeniable evidence that the Phoenix was responsible for the fires, and then hurried away. Immediately after the editor brought the package inside, there was an explosion. My guess is that the fire was timed to destroy everything they had uncovered.
Something doesn't add up here. There are reports of Phoenix sightings in places with no fires. Can you look into that? The address got smudged during the firefight, but hopefully you can clean it up enough to read it.
Sorry to interrupt, but the fire is out, and we need to get back to the firehouse to prepare for the next call.
The police and firefighters are finishing up here. I should get moving too.
So I use this cleaner on the paper to get the address of where I need to go next.
I'm not sure this is the right place. Maybe that barber can help.
Hello, miss. Can I help you? Are you here about the Phoenix? It seems to be on everyone's mind. Well, you're talking to the right person. I'll tell you where it was seen. But information isn't free. Look, I'm not asking for much. I'm sure the papers would pay me for the info. But I'll tell you everything I know if you help me advertise. I'm no artist, and you look like you know style. Make me some posters, and I'll give you a story. What do you...
Sorry about that. I cut him off, but he was just going to say, What do you say? So he hands me those silhouettes, if you will, of faces, hair, and mustaches. And the book that I use as a guide. Problem is I have to find all these items that I still need before I can do that painting. So I have to find the paints, I have to find the brushes, I don't know, rag or something. Either way, there's several items I have to find before I can do those paintings. So I'm just running around doing a bunch of mini tasks. I eventually figure out how it's done where I need to match the background, I only have one head choice, but then I have different beard choices, mustache choices, and hair choices. And I just have to make sure that I match them up correctly. And if I match it up to meet and match, I should say, the painting on the right hand side, then I clear that round, if you will. The mustaches on the ground, and when I initially put them on, they really don't look like the picture, but they end up working out. So once I work around the mustaches, then I'm good to go.
Woo! Excellent work! Now, do you see that warehouse? That's the place you're looking for. The guy that rents it goes in every morning and leaves every evening, sometimes carrying strange things. I don't know what he's doing, but a few days ago, there was a deafening explosion. I thought for sure that the Phoenix was about to burn our neighborhood to the ground. I did see the Phoenix, but there was no fire. The bird just disappeared.
So I use the hairpin to unlock the lock, and then right off the bat, I have a challenge I have to do. Find suspicious objects in the room, aka evidence.
The room is filled with posters and magic tricks. The tenant is an illusionist, and this must be his workshop. Judging by his workshop, he's no stranger to chemistry. If he was trying to create an explosion, the damage to this room suggests he succeeded. Could this be connected to the Phoenix? I have to inspect the warehouse to find out who used it.
So again, I've got multiple mini puzzles to put together. I have to find different objects in order to finish this scene and go to the next one. So in this case, that trunk opened with the help of that date that I found, and now I've got to do something with these chemical sets. And if you watched my last video um, involving Edgar Allan Poe's story, I struggled with chemistry, but apparently I got through it today. So now I got to get the right ticket in place in order to catch the train. And away I'm going. Harry Houdini has a show today, so I'm trying to get a ticket so I can go into his show. Just go ahead and try to clear as much of the street before I go into the theater.
Ticket, please. I'm sorry, miss. I can't let you into Houdini's show without a ticket. If you didn't buy it yet, you still have a chance to win one. The ticket office is having a special drawing.
The show has already started. I have to get inside. I might miss my chance to talk to Houdini afterward.
She sounded like a desperate fan trying to meet Elvis or BTS. A little bit of a mini puzzle here for me to be able to get into this purse. The amazing Mr. Houdini. I'm glad that our partnership is bearing fruit. A new batch of the substance is waiting for you in the mail. Use it and you will be remembered forever. But once again, I warn you not to question the Phoenix. I suggest you follow my instructions and remember, it's more profitable to be my friend than my enemy. H. So I continue to collect things from the various areas, post office, the theater. I now have all the lock chains so I can do this hidden object game. And yes, I'm having to, in order to create a fan, I actually had to put it into that mermaid fashion. Finding all these different cards and things that I have to grab in order to find them and play this hidden object game. The game does help you find things with sparkling and with the hand changing on the mouse.
Oh, what luck! Congratulations, miss. Come on in. You still have time to enjoy the show.
Stop the show. Mr. Houdini, you're under arrest on suspicion of arson. Come with me to the station.
I'm sorry, officer, but I have another big performance coming up.
Miss Agatha, I'm glad you're here. All of our evidence is pointing at Harry Houdini as our prime suspect. His fire shows are out of control. Unfortunately, Houdini has escaped. Have a look around here while I search the hotel. Magicians use all sorts of secret devices in their performances. If you can figure out Houdini's trick, maybe we can figure out where he went.
So I look around the room and just find different items that I need in order to try and figure out where Houdini might have gone and what the tricks are. So I'm just running my mouse around the room trying to find out what options I have.
It's Houdini! He's getting away!
Harry Houdini, you're under arrest.
I'm sorry, officer, not this time.
Agatha, Houdini chained me to the stairs and ran away. Help!
So instead of helping the officer, I go back to looking for things. I go through people's baskets, people's purses, people's wallets, the business, you name it, and I just keep looking for things instead of helping that police officer. But in my defense, I haven't found what I needed to be able to help her. So that's one thing about these games. It's like you can be as nosy as you want. You can steal whatever you want from anything, like destroying this property, uh, just to get what you want. It's just kind of funny how they have this game set up. And I have to say, I know that it's like you're supposed to be finding evidence, but being an American, it's like you have to have search warrants for some of this stuff.
Houdini's been corresponding with someone. They share the results of their experiments, the fire powder, and the phoenix design. According to the drawings, Houdini assembled the wings to use in his tricks. Houdini designed each phoenix frame to burn to ash each time it appeared. I have to take a closer look at Houdini's dressing room.
Yes, the cop is still handcuffed to the escape ladder. And I'm still looking for things. So this time it's all about getting that box open. The final parts will arrive soon, and when they do, the mechanism will be complete. H.J. will bring the parts personally so he can witness our triumph. I'm sure that my show will put the others to shame. H.J. was right when he said that only winners are remembered. There's a price to immortality. and it's one I'm willing to pay. Okay, so we're done with this space, I believe. So now we should be able to go outside and help the police officer get uncuffed from the ladder. Yeah, so instead of removing the cuffs, we just steal a code. She should have a handcuff key on her that we can use to uncuff her. But apparently I'm going to have to pick a lock, it looks like. Mr. Houdini, I am sending you the last batch of my powder for your final show. This is what we've been waiting for. The people's fear and confusion will fuel their interest, and as they say, there's no bad publicity. Besides, fear and admiration go together, so when you show them the tamed phoenix, you will be their hero. This performance will make you more than just famous, it will glorify you forever, HJ. I finally noticed the HJ carving and put the HJ emblem into that spot. And I can open up the rest of this chest. And now I'm comparing the powders in the chest from what I found on the stage. Once I think I'm done with this section here, I go ahead and just document what I've got, and I play another one of these picture and paragraph matchup puzzles, which leads me to a new animation. So after all
Houdini
of that,
experimented with the
fine.
Phoenix design in powder to find the perfect balance for his tricks. His accomplice used moderate amounts for publicity. His accomplice made sure to keep their secret hidden. When the newspaper investigation got too close, he made their office the Phoenix's next target. The places marked with the Phoenix symbol became the victims of explosions and fire. And the accompanying Phoenix sightings drew more attention to Houdini's fiery performances.
So I managed to obtain what looks like a pick to pick the lock on the handcuffs. And of course, it can't be as simple as just picking the lock like you see in the movies. Instead, it's a mini puzzle where I have to get those chambers or the tumblers to move out of the way so that I can get this pick, if you will, in there so that the lock will open. And this thing was not very cooperative, just so you know. But I finally get it to open. I have to tell Liz about the next crime scene. Okay, so tell her.
Houdini plans to perform his Phoenix stunt on the Statue of Liberty. He's going to put on a show and destroy the statue just like the building. We have to stop him. This is going to be dangerous. We need help. Agatha, please take my car to go after him. Find a way to keep him from performing at the Statue of Liberty until I get help.
And we'll stop it here and continue part 2 on the next video. Don't click away, because I need your help in encouraging grandparents to stay mentally active through gaming. Thanks for joining the mission at Gaming for Grandparents. And please let your grandparents know it is free to subscribe. So let's get into this video and see how many grandparents we can help.